Hey everybody, it's Micaiah from Superior Yoga. I'm at Alluma Yoga again today, just a different background behind me. Today I want to talk about falling down and then getting the fuck back up. So, it's hugely important. All you vets out there, all of my buddies, you know it as I'm up, they see me, I'm down. And then doing it all over again until everybody's dead and you've consolidated. But in your civilian life, it's just as important to be able to get down on the ground and get back up. So much so that doctors have recently started looking at your ability to get up off of the floor as an indicator of all-cause mortality, meaning meaning that if you can't get up off of the floor, that's equally as bad as having a bad ticker or COPD, things like that. It's an indicator that you're going to friggin' die soon. So we want to be able to get up off of the ground. Yoga is at its essence getting up off of the ground a lot of the class, and that's a good thing. There were some people this morning in class comparing how old they were. They were ranging from 67, I think, to 74 was the oldest, okay? So all of us broken vets should be able to at least keep up with some 74-year-olds, though they may surprise you when you get to a studio. Anyways, to do that, I've brought in a guest today. So this is Jessica. She is a teacher here at Alluma Yoga. She teaches Friday, she teaches Vinyasa flows, journey into powers, all the kind of stuff, and gives an excellent beginner class on top of being just a stellar human and a fantastic hairstylist, though don't blame her for this mess. So I've asked her here today to teach me as a beginner something called a Sun Salutation A, which makes up a pretty good chunk of the different types of movements, or a base, you would say, for a lot of the movements you do throughout a yoga class or a yoga practice. So I'm a beginner, and she's going to teach me a Sun Salutation A, and then hopefully you all get something out of it. So remember back in the day, explain, demonstrate, imitate, practice. All right, we're going to explain and demonstrate. I'm hoping that you'll imitate and practice. So, off to you, Jessica.
Okay, we're going to start actually in a extended mountain pose. So we'll step to the top of the mat. We're going to have our feet at about 12 o'clock here, so about hips width distance. We're going to feel the four corners of our feet, and sometimes I like to lift my 10 toes and just set them back down so you can feel those four corners. We're going to have a nice soft bend to the knees here. And we're going to tilt the pelvis up so our tailbone descends. So we're stacking our bones. Our rib tips are going to be lined up with our hip tips. We're going to relax the shoulders away from the ears. And we can have our palms just facing the front. And this would be extended mountain pose, how we start out. Or we're going to reach up for extended mountain pose. Excuse me, this was mountain pose. This is extended mountain pose. So we're going to have energy to the fingertips here and start with just a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to inhale one more time. And then just hinging at the waist, we're going to fold forward, letting the top of our body just hang heavy here. So we're going to inhale, we're going to take a halfway lift. So bringing your hands to your shins, or they can be on the floor, but we're just looking to have a nice flat back from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of our head. So we're just gazing at the floor. We're not looking up at the wall. We're letting that neck kind of be a little bit relaxed, but reaching the crown of our head. So then we're going to inhale, fill up, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward and put our hands on the mat and step back to a high plank. So, and this is high plank. We're just going to reach the crown of our head again to the front of the room. Our heels are going to reach towards the ceiling, just having that straight line. Soft bend to the elbows here too, so we want to rotate them, just like our elbow pips are going to face forward. And then we're going to have the option here to go from high plank to low plank, either like this or on our knees. So squeezing those elbows in. And then we're going to go into up dog, flipping the feet, and then pushing through the tops of our feet, straightening the arms, still leaving that nice soft bend here, reaching the crown of our head towards the ceiling for up dog, and then we're going to tuck our toes and lift our hips high for a downward facing dog. So breath in, breath out. Now we're going to inhale and go high up on our toes, and then exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. We're going to inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose, reaching back up to the beginning. Breath in. Exhale, fold, hinging at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step or hop back. High plank to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Now here's one more option for Sun Salutation A. If you don't want to do the high plank to low plank, inhale high up on toes. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose, reaching up, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to your high plank. Take a big, deep breath in, and then just hinge back into downward facing dog. So you don't have to do the high plank to low. There's a lot of options for Sun Salutation A. We'll bring it back to the beginning. Inhale, fill up, high up on toes. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Extended mountain pose, reach up. Bring your hands to heart center. Excellent job.
Awesome, thank you so much, Jessica. So, that's the Sun Salutation A. It's not as difficult as you might have thought, but there's some variations in there. So if it is something that you find to be difficult, just like back in the day when we used to run and gun, practice makes perfect, okay? So try to do 2 or 3 of those a day. Just take 5 minutes. Think of it as 8-count bodybuilders for guys that used to be cool, okay? So none of the push-ups and all that. It's gentle on the body, and there's a lot of options available for you. Next Friday, new video coming out. Like and subscribe and all those things YouTubers are supposed to say, and catch you guys on the next one.